What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with F4YT Thoughts. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another divine alignment light code message, and I really hope you've been taking care of yourself, learning much you can about who you are while you're here on the planet this time, and what can we all do to play our part, to elevate the overall energy, frequency, and vibration so we can get the party started. So it's all about, knowledge of self, and realize, like, hey, there's always more to life than what we've been told. So it's all about unlearning and relearning, okay? So with that being said, we back with another presentation series, and I want to give you my own key points and takeaways when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology and the years, and we're going to start this thing off right with the red, okay? So if you're new to the channel, it's all about personal growth and development, self-discovery, self-realization, and then that's going to lead to knowledge of self. That way you can cut out the middleman. So, that way you want to talk to God, you can talk to God by yourself. You don't need nobody else, okay? Because the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God is within you. So when you come to know thyself, you'll be able to get your own inner, tap into your own inner voice, your own energy, so you can listen to your own intuitive messages. And that's what it's all about, okay? So cut out the middleman and learn to do things for yourself. And one of my things is I want to give you some additional tools to put in your toolbox. And I love to pair my experience along with some references if I can, but some things on the spiritual aspect, there's no references that I came across yet, but I'm sure there's a book and a song and a scripture for everything. And many of you guys will come to that realization on your own hero's journey. Okay, so without being long-winded, we're going to talk about the red Chinese zodiac animals, right? And we're going to start things off with the elements here. So we're going to be diving through fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. And these are the different aspects of you, okay? This is your arm, leg, arm, head, which is the Allah, which is the greater spirit within you, okay? You are the Allah. All right, so voila. So at the end of the day, what am I saying? It's all about leaving no stone unturned and understanding our astrology chart is the doorway. All right, it's the doorway on your hero's journey, and the effort to move through is our own. So it's time to take our own lives, take responsibility for every aspects of our own life. We can no longer blame anybody outside of us for the things that are happening. All right, so once you know universal law, you the cause and effect for everything. All right, and then by you learning these 7 Hermetic principles is gonna help you get out of jam too. So without being long-winded, we're gonna jump right into it, okay? So now that you know Earth is a school, and each and every day just become a great student in your own life. I promise you it's gonna take you far. So our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and modify so grow. And as you grow, you learn from your mistakes. You're going to help other people to help themselves. So the universe is going to love testing you out to see, once you go through a lesson, your little trials and tribulations, right? You're gonna come across somebody going through a similar situation, not exactly, right? And then you will be able to step up to the plate and intervene and lead these people in the right direction. So either you're gonna show up or you're gonna step aside and let that person just live and linger around. So it's all about lifting people up instead of tearing people down. Just that simple, okay? So it's all about helping people to help themselves. Most importantly, don't blindly believe nobody, even me. I'm just here to share, Mother Universe told me, like, hey, Chris, I need you to share your perspective, share how you see, the universe and how things change and transform in your life, and leave them some references. So that way they can do their own research, from an intellectual point of view. I hope that makes sense, okay? So with that being said, everything matters, okay? Follow your own biorhythm and flow in life. Don't follow me, follow your heart. And also, as you get your money in, remember to pay yourself 10% first, 808. Focus on these high quality thoughts. That's why I include these references, because it's going to help you focus on your higher aspect of yourself, all right? Of the kingdom within yourself. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. Obviously, you receive your call to the adventure. The universe gonna use any means necessary to line you up with the right people, place, and event to support your growth. Okay, so it's all that inner voice is getting louder and louder and louder and say, hey, don't trust them, go with this group. All right, and so that's what you're gonna start to experience more and more, all these different synchronistic events each and every day. Your whole life is pretty much a pool of synchronicity. Okay, All right, so with that being said, your intuition gonna tell you like, hey, get off your butt. So if you want things to change in your life, you got to be the change agent. So you being the cause in your life instead of waiting for the effect to happen. So the universe gonna take you on a nice little adventure. You're gonna learn more about the different energy and frequency and vibration on the planet, what works and what doesn't work for you. You're gonna realize each and every day is nothing more than a lesson and a test for you to pass. Each and all of us, right? We all have our own individual purpose and destiny that we have to fulfill. Nobody can do it but you, and that's gonna lead you on a nice little path about astrology. Speaking of which, that's what we're talking about a little bit more today, right? So if you want to learn more about astrology, I highly recommend Dolo the Pilot Man, the Flight Boss on YouTube. Dolo the Pilot Man, the Flight Boss on YouTube. Santos Bonacci on YouTube. Santos Bonacci on YouTube. Okay, and you have Sister Myra Moss as well. You have many other people that really been putting in the work all throughout the years. But the most important step that you got to do, you need to discern with your own heart. Okay, so but these are some people that help me understand, how things work and what doesn't work for them, and then how can I apply these concepts and perspectives into my life, right? And then also, as you learn more about your anatomy, that's gonna really tap your butt into your Christ consciousness. You're gonna realize like, hey, I am, I am that, God is within me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a representation, in the image of the creator, so to speak, right? Having my own experience as Chris, right? So, and you'll come to that own realization yourself. And then you're going to see all the sacred geometry, that everything's interconnected. The circle is everywhere. Okay, this wheel, the Ezekiel's wheel. But at the end of the day, all jokes aside, you're going to grow. You're going to turn your life into a nice adventure. You're going to grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process. And each and every day, you want to learn what works and what doesn't work for you, and how can you apply, these different things into your life. You're going to learn more about mathematics, right? The spiritual or esoteric mathematics, the synchronicity, and you're going to build a wonderful relationship with Mother Nature. She's waiting on you. Get your butt out there, okay? All right? So with that being said, we're going to dive right into it. I'm going to give you my key points and takeaways. I'm going to get you out of here. Most importantly, make sure you invest into these books. A lot of these books are available in free PDF status, free PDF, okay, until you can get the hard copy. But you got the Hermetica, you got the Celestial Ship of the North, right? And these books and as a man or a woman, think of by James Allen, these are going to help elevate your thought process. So at the end of the day, in my perspective, it's all about unity consciousness. It's not us doing all the same thing. It's all about us, playing our own individual part to make this place a better place for you and me, right? So you can look at these presentations as messages from the universe or source within yourself, because you are your own universe. So it's time for all of us to take full responsibility and accountability for all our actions, right? And underneath all the layers within the divine mind, we are divine light being, having our own experience as you, right? So to have our experience, our mother and father got to come together to create that avatar suit that embodies you, right? That soul you, right? And so that create that spark, right? So when you get here, you want, as soon as you born, you're going to get a lot of knowledge. People going to tell you what worked and what didn't work for them. You're going to get a lot of experience. You're going to test things out, and that's going to make you wiser out throughout the years, right? But the most important step, once you start doing your own research and start figuring out what really works and what doesn't work for me through self-discovery and knowledge of self, that's when the magic happens. That's when you can tap into the I am that I am. And then you go from the universe is pushing everybody from a material aspect so they can figure out how spiritually, how everything starts from the manifest from the inside out, not from the outside in. I hope that makes sense. And once you balance yourself out, you're going to notice that your quality of life is going to change, because everything is spiritual first. Everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical. Everything starts in the spiritual realm first before it manifests in the physical, okay? So by you choosing to be here, many of you guys chose to be here because you want to be the changer. You see the planet is at a low vibration right about now, and all of us can play our own individual part. It's not about saving the whole world. It's about touching that one individual soul that really want to better themselves and leading by example, okay? So the Big Bang started with you when your mom and daddy came together and create you, and as a man or woman thinking, you wanted to hit the road running, right? So if you don't learn anything else, please learn these 7 Hermetic principles, okay? So the principle of truth are 7. He or she who knows these understandingly possess the magic key. Before who touch all doors of the temple fly open. And the temple is in your mind, right? Speaking of mind, everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical. So we dealing with mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect. That's all we've been talking about. And gender, that divine masculine and feminine principle within you to make that one force, right? So that you came here to be. So as you navigate out here, to make sure you stay in your heart chakra, we got 7 principles. You see the 7s going on, right? The 7 principles of Ma'at. Ma'at is an ancient system of morals and values that's going to help guide your thought and behavior as you navigate in your own reality, okay? And it's based on truth, based on the fact with honesty and integrity, justice, state of fairness and lawful judgment, righteousness, a state of consistent good conduct, reciprocity, right? What goes around comes around, balance and equal distribution of weight, order, a correct sequence of thought and action. And lastly, we got harmony, one accord, a pleasing arrangement. Now the world is equally divided between the people that want to lift people up and the people that want to tear people down. So I choose to lift people up with right knowledge, some things that they can apply and use in their life right now, okay? But you got to put in the work. Remember, the same day you plant the seed isn't the same day you're going to eat the fruit. So in my experience, you gotta give things time, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and after those benchmarks, you're gonna refine and repeat, figure out, okay, what worked, what really worked, what didn't work for me, and then you're gonna do a little tweaking and test things out again. You're gonna find your own sweet spot, and that way you can teach, when you run into people that really need your help, you can tell them like, hey, when I did things the bad way, this is what's the outcome. And you can turn your life into a whole teaching tool. All right, so basically you're gonna walk it like you talk it, so to speak, if that makes sense. So as we get ready to close things out, make sure you pay attention to your 7-year growth cycles. Okay, so if you feel like you haven't been growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally over the past 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, you know what I'm saying, just pay attention to your circle. Everything starts with you. Look in the mirror first. Like, what kind of habits have I picked up throughout the year? What is my daily habit? What do I do every day? And the first change is changing your habits. Start reading these books that you need to read and cross-reference things. Okay, you gotta turn your life into a classroom, okay? Because the earth is a university, the university of earth, okay? And as you learn more about yourself, your consciousness is going to elevate, and your spirit is going to lead you on a nice little adventure to learn more about yourself so you can graduate this school, okay? I hope that makes sense. So again, we start things off with the rat, all right? So understanding your astrology chart is the doorway. It's all about you, if you want to walk through the doorway or not, so you can graduate, so you can elevate your consciousness, okay? So with that being said, material items going to come and go. Mother Universe say, hey, you can graduate. It's time to learn about the spirit, so you can tie, these two things together, so you can operate as a whole force instead of being staggered, okay? So with that being said, knowledge of self is more important and longer lasting. If you don't learn anything else, please learn these 7 Hermetic principles, invest into the Kabbalion. It's time to balance your doggone polarity if you feel like you've been out of whack, okay? But most importantly, you can really speak things into existence. You can make or break a person's day, so be mindful of your words as you navigate your reality. So as we get ready to talk about these different zoo types, right? So we got the yin, the rat, the tiger, dragon, horse, monkey, dog, yang, bull, rabbit, snake, sheep, rooster, and pig. And also these things are set up in 2-year cycles per element, starting with even year, like I have here, 1936, dealing with fire with the rat, so it'll be 36, 37, it'll be the element of fire. And every 12 years, each zoo type will experience a different element. So it'll start out with fire, earth, metal, water, then wood, starts over again. You get what I'm saying? So I want to lay things out. I want to give you as much as I can to put in your toolbox, and that way just let your intuition guide you and do your own research, and that way you can build your own continuity system with yourself and your family, okay? I hope that makes sense so far. So that let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the animals of the Chinese zodiac, starting off with the rat, and again, become a student/teacher in your own life. So the years dealing with from 1900 range, and I got it going all the way to 2032. Remember, everything deals in 12-year blocks. And the hours, with this zoo type with the rat, you got 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. 23 to 0:59, and this is, you know, good for sleeping and dreaming, because most people are knocked out around by this time. But when the keywords when it comes to the rat, right, it's all about charm, you know, clever, appealing, sociable, wisdom, curiosity, inquisitive, expansive, fluency, practical, adaptable. The person take risks. They can hoard money, multi-skilled, smart, quick-witted, intelligent, charismatic, self-reliant, cunning, initiates new ideas. These person get off their butt and make stuff happen. Okay, I was about to say something, but on the negative aspect, it can be a little devious, secretive, greedy, materialistic, hoarding, right? But they love dragons, just like horses. Now, when it comes to the rat, it is regarded as wise in Oriental mythology. Now, rats, always naturally curious creatures, seem to want to know as much as they can about any and everything they come across. Now, people born under the influence of the rat can write, speak fluent, and speak with fluency, right? And they can turn their hands to almost anything. They are also nosy and adaptable. They're quite practical in nature. But rats tend to put on a front to disguise their own insecurities. And this is because they fear rejection and not being loved. And because of this, they steer away from serious commitments, okay? Rats also have a fear of loss. Either it comes from, you know, status, love, or finances. But they're smart enough to tuck away money for a rainy day. Now, rats enjoy a good time and are happy to join in with any celebration, because when they see a party, they gonna join in. Now, their active social life can tempt them to unhealthy dietary habits and overindulgence. So don't go overboard. My takeaway is, you know, remember, there's a cause and effect for everything. Your input equals your output. And remember, when it comes to your dietary habit, so you can have that spiritual discipline, schedule your eating. You know, 8-hour block, 16-hour rest for your stomach. 8-hour eating, 16-hour rest. Okay. Now, as we get ready to close things out, when it comes to relationship, you know, my own personal opinion, you know, with my marriage or marriages, all right, but you know, especially with military, but when it comes to my own personal takeaways, you know, it's all about giving more of what you feel that you lack in your life. If you feel like you need more compassion, give more compassion to your partner. If you feel like you need more attention in your life, give more attention to your partner. If you feel like, you know, you need, you know, a listening ear in your life, start listening to your partner when your partner's telling you stuff. So it's all about donating time, listen, and remember, everything is nothing more than a lesson for all of us that we have to pass. So as we get ready to close things out, when it comes to relationship with the rats can be obsessive when it comes to sex, and often form a hot and heavy sexual active relationship with dragon. But when things start to fizzle, rats often find themselves seeking solace with the pig or ox. So they can form lasting relationships. Now, rats find themselves attracted to horses, but their speed wears the rat out. All right, rats are attracted to monkeys, but soon enough, the monkey's silly behavior tends to crush any prospects of a meaningful long-term relationship. So at the end of the day, when it comes to relationship with me, is relationship one-sided or is it balanced? All right, do you guys have common goals and strategies? Are you studying life together? Are you studying each other's weakness so you guys can become a greater force that you came here to be, right? But at the end of the day, in my own experience, both of you guys have to do personal growth. That's the key. The more you know, the more you grow. So these have been my own personal takeaways when it comes to animal signs of the Chinese astrology in the year of the rat. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. We'll be back with our next presentation when it comes to the ox. All right, until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.